Okay, here's the suspect in custody after shooting at the University of Virginia. Left 3 people dead. Sorry to do this, it's America. Another day, another mass shooting, this time happening at University of Virginia.
With that breaking news, a suspect is now in custody after a gunman opened fire at the University of Virginia. At least 3 people are dead. 2 more are said to be wounded. Police say the shooter is a student, and the 3 victims were players on the university's football team. ABC News contributor, former FBI agent Brad Garrett joins me live now for more on this. Brad, a sigh of relief there at UVA now that this suspect is in custody, but what happens next?
So obviously we have to figure out motive. What started this shooting? Did he ride on the bus with at least 2 or 3 of these football players that were shot on the bus? So what is their prior history? And then there's 2 other people that survived, one in critical condition, one apparently not critical. But the point being, what is the proximity? Are they relevant to the 3 football players?
Bro, chatters are like, what's up, chatters? Like, are you so used to fucking like seeing like, I don't know what it is. Are you so used to only seeing white people that engage in shootings, so it's like strange? Or is it because like you're used to seeing black people who if black people are the perpetrators of a crime, usually they're like shown in the worst way possible, that like when you see a black person that's like dressed up because they're using like not a mug shot but like a dressed up a black person, you're like, is that a victim or the shooting? Apparently he was a former student, had no association with the victims. Or maybe it's a bit of both. I don't know.
To the 3 football players being shot, or did they just happen to get shot because they were on the bus or near the bus? Those are the questions you're going to ask. But as you move backward, you have to look at his history. There was some reporting, according to the university police chief, that Mr. Jones apparently either threatened a gun, said he had a gun, but this person was concerned enough that he was talking to potentially get that information out. There was also, according to the chief, a statement about harassment, not further defined. Now, we both know that means a lot of different things, but the person was concerned enough to report it to the campus police. There was a follow-up investigation. But again, those are 2 things that troubling, potentially, enough information to dedicate manpower, law enforcement resources to checking on this person? Well, only to a certain extent. Unfortunately, Diane, people do really stupid things every day, but you can't arrest them for it.
Yeah. If there was only a way that we could make sure that, like, it's as hard as possible to engage in mass shootings, but oh well, maybe bus control this time, I think. Yeah, if there was no such thing as public transit, this could have been avoided, right? Like, and since the shooter is black in this circumstance, this will be an opportunity for all the white supremacists to act like every other mass shooting that has happened at schools has not been universally white people. You know what I mean? It'll be a hodgepodge of like interesting takes.
They sure do, Brad. There was a unique moment during this press conference, because it's not often, or I've never seen it, where we get to see the moment the police chief finds out a suspect is in custody. But when they started this press conference, that suspect was still at large. And I want to show you that moment and the expression on his face.
Who did not report seeing the presence of a weapon. Pardon me. We just received information the suspect is in custody. Just need a moment to thank God. Breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, that moment, we just need a moment.
How is this a mass transit issue? It was a team bus? Man, I'm fucking saying these guys are the people that are desperately looking for solutions to a problem while simultaneously avoiding the actual fucking solution to at least like curbing some of this gun violence, are going to look for insane shit. That was an exaggerated, insane response that I am saying the right will respond with, retaliate with. What the fuck?
After a very long pause, Brad, you can tell that sense of relief.
Yeah, it seems like he was He according to his NPR report, at least, like, seems like he was on the roster in 2018, might not have played a single fucking game. So there could be a connection there. At this point, I don't think we know. But here, all three of the victims, who are all juniors and members of the UVA football team, were found dead on the scene. Devin Chandler, a wide receiver from Virginia Beach, Lavelle Davis, a wide receiver from Dorchester, and Deshaun Perry, a linebacker from Miami, Florida. University officials have not released the names of the two additional victims who are being treated for injuries, and one is in critical condition. Students and staff were sheltered in place for roughly 12 hours. This is an unimaginably sad day for our community, Ryan said. The entire university community is grieving this morning. Classes and extracurricular activities were canceled on Monday. They had a campus-wide shelter-in-place order. Jones was apprehended without incident in a suburb in Richmond, Virginia, roughly 76 miles southeast from the university, according to a press release from the local police department. We still don't know what the motivations are, but he was a student at the university, who is a student at the university, and was listed in the university's athletic website as a football player in 2018, but did not appear in any games. Longo said Jones had previously come to the attention of campus police because he'd been involved in a hazing incident. Police closed the investigation after witnesses refused to cooperate, Longo said, but discovered Jones had violated a concealed weapons rule while outside the city of Charlottesville in February 2021. Yeah, I mean, what do you do? What do you say? There's nothing else to say. Okay. UVA is at least the second university to report student deaths this weekend. On Sunday, police in Moscow, Idaho, said that 4 University of Idaho students were found dead in a home near the campus. Police are currently investigating the incident and have called the deaths suspected homicides. So, you know, like that. I don't know. It just happens every day. There's nothing you can do about it.
What does it mean for law enforcement at this point in trying to ensure the safety of everyone on campus and in the surrounding area?
So typically when you have these types of shootings, it's not somebody that's going from one location to the next. There have been a number of mass shootings, of course, where people kill their entire family. They go to 3 different houses, so forth and so on. This does not at least have the appearance of that. But I think they're concerned anybody who commits this much violence has got to be taken off the street. And so the idea that he was still out there, that Mr. Jones was floating around, and if he's in this state of aggravation and rage, could he potentially shoot somebody else? So clearly public safety was driving it. You could see it in Chief Longo's face. And he has a long history. He was the chief of the Charlottesville police for a number of years. And that it was like, okay, we got this guy off the street.
All right, Brad Garrett, we appreciate your analysis. As always, still many questions left to be answered in this case. And we know you'll stay on top of it for us. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out.